Welcome all to the House of Cards. We are back at it. We're coming back with episode 49. It's another Monday mailbag. Yay. It's a pretty long one, so buckle in and get ready for some entertaining sports cards. Lots of stuff. We got basketball. We got baseball. We got lots of soccer. We got football. Yeah, a little bit of everything. So enjoy, take some time, relax, eat your breakfast or your lunch. Check this out. Hopefully you'll see some cool new cards and see sort of voyeuristically what I've been picking up. And again, if you have any questions or comments about any of this stuff, feel free to drop them below. I love answering comments. And if you haven't yet, it'd be cool if you would subscribe. 2 thumbs up. And again, if you like the video, if you watch a little bit, you like it, hit the like button. If you watch the whole thing, you like it, hit the like button. It doesn't hurt. Or hit the dislike button. Just hit something. Just tell me what you're thinking. Anyways, I will see you at the end of the video and enjoy. Okay. What is in package number 1? From PWCC. I get stuff from them every once in a while. Sometimes they have a couple of steals that slip through the cracks, but they also have a very large kind of database of people that follow them. So, sometimes sometimes stuff goes more than what it should because of the fact that there's a lot of people bidding things up. And so, but once in a while, if it's something that's, maybe not as popular or whatever their main consumer group aren't that interested in, you can get a couple deals. All right, free vault submissions if anyone's interested through the end of March, which will probably be around the time this video comes out, so maybe it won't apply to you. Anyways, all right, cool. So this is me on my SGC kick. Oh, that's really sloppy. Look at that. The label slid over and came out of the thing. Oh, now it's crooked. Come on, SGC, you gotta do better. Anyways, doesn't really matter that much right now. There you go. Now it's fixed. Voila. I just grabbed this because it was a super good price, and I do already own a raw copy of this card that I actually sent off to PSA for grading. This is the Ben Baller Topps Chrome 2020. So Kyle Lewis, one of my PC guys for the Seattle Mariners. Center field Rookie of the Year last year, American League Rookie of the Year. But the Ben Baller cards alone fetch a pretty good penny. I think I don't really know what they're going for right this second, but I remember when I bought mine raw, I think it was between $20-$30 raw. So I figured, for the price I paid for this, the raw card plus the cost of grading was about the price I paid, and this is a 10. So it's, it kind of was a no-brainer. I kind of felt like, just the security of knowing that you're buying a 10 for the same price that you would have paid to send a raw card to get graded and hope you get a 10. I feel pretty good about it. So whether I keep this in the SGC or I just cross this over to a PSA or crack it and resubmit it, I guess is what you would do. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really plan on moving this card anytime soon. I'm just going to kind of throw this in the PC and call it good. So anyways, nice little Kyle Lewis SGC 10 here. Ben Baller Topps Chrome Edition. So very cool. This qualified as just so you guys know, this is one of the eBay standard envelope shipping, which I didn't know you can put them in I guess it's any flat envelope, I guess, right? It doesn't have to be a standard white envelope. It could be a flat, mailer like this, as long as it's not bubble, as long as it doesn't have thickness, I think is kind of the rule. But that's nice because only a $1 to send this. Which, for what kind of card this probably is, it's totally what you want to pay. You don't want to pay $4 to ship a $8 card. So annoying. I can't even count how many times I paid shipping and that much shipping on a card just because I really wanted the card. And I was like, But then, you know, looking back now, it's kind of a stupid move because, you know, just when you add up all those shipping costs on top of tax and all the other fun things, you know, it doesn't really make too much sense. But, you know, you get caught up in the moment, you get excited, you see a card you want, you're like, buy it now. And then you look at the shipping, you're like, gosh darn it, the shipping costs more than the card. Anyways, you guys are probably sick of seeing these cards, but I got another one because the pictures looked really great. You can see it's got pretty good sharp corners. Yeah, centering looks good. Could be a candidate. I'll have to look at the surface, of course. All right. Another one from our good friend Probstein, who's another big consignment shop on eBay. This Probstein and PWCC are pretty much the two biggest ones. PWCC is kind of like, I guess I would say, like the more professional version of Probstein. Probstein's a little bit more of the ghetto version. But I don't know. I've just gotten so many cards from Probstein that have just been not super great, like condition wise. Like I don't think he like even looks at the cards that come into him. And I get it. He's probably got a massive like log of cards that they have to post constantly up there, and so I don't really think it's his business to like look at the condition of the card before he posts it. But with that said, I think he does do something very irresponsible, because not only does he not mention any condition notes, he also doesn't show the picture of the back of the card half the time. So all they do is just post a front picture and they don't post a back picture, which I'm like, that's 50% of the card. You gotta post, you know, the picture on the back, because what if the cards beat the hell on the back, you know? And it's just like, so I don't know. I imagine that Probstein, sorry, my trash can just fell over. I bet Probstein probably gets at least like a 30 to 40% return rate. Like honestly, like I've returned probably 50% of the cards I got from Probstein just because they're just beat the hell. And as an example, I was super stoked to get this Mbappe because it looked great in the picture. And of course, only the front had a picture. Centering was beautiful. I got it. I was like, yes. Oh, yes. Finally, I got a freaking Mbappe optic hollow in good shape. And then I pull it out. I'm just going to show you guys because I want you to understand what you're dealing with sometimes when you're ordering stuff online. And this, of course, was never not called out on his auction, of course, because he's got 5,000 cards a day he's putting on eBay. But I'll try to get it in the light, but let's see here. It's going to be a tricky one. You guys see that right there? Giant freaking, right? Yeah, you see that? It's giant, like, looks like someone like cut open a box with a box cutter and just freaking sliced all the way down the card here. Yeah, you guys kind of see that, right? Yeah, there you go. So I was like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna like, this is like a $200 card. Like I'm not gonna freaking, let you get away with that and just eat it. Like hell no. And again, there's people that abuse that power of returning cards, which I think is despicable. When people, because I'm a seller too. Don't forget, like I don't just buy cards, I sell cards too. So I'm on both sides of the equation. But it is terrible when people buy cards and then return them because the player like gets hurt or has an injury or whatever, like has a bad game or something, right? Loses the Super Bowl or whatever it is, right? However, you totally have the right to return a card if there's a serious amount of damage. And I'm not talking about like one little tiny, like barely tiny microscopic surface scratch, right? Or like a little tiny whitening on one of the corners. You know what? That's just kind of the game, right? We all play this game. We buy stuff sight unseen, basically. I mean, you look at a couple crappy photos on eBay and try your best to decipher if the card's good or not. But if it's a blatant, like irresponsible listing and the person did not even mention something of that caliber of damage, 100% return it. Like, I don't give a crap. Like, I return it like right away. Like, I was like, I take pictures, do the, return items damaged on eBay, boom. Upload the pictures, boom, that's it. I mean, it's going back. Like, there's nothing they can do about it. They can write no refunds or whatever they want in their description. But you know what? If you didn't disclaim that damage in your listing and you sent it out knowing damn well that the damage was there. And granted, I don't think Probsy knew, because I don't think he even evaluates the cards. I think he literally gets them in, throws them in something, and then mails them back out. So I don't think he's doing it like maliciously. I just think that there's a real lack of kind of professionalism there in terms of like actually checking out the items that they're selling to make sure that they're, you know, quote unquote, like legitly, you know, what they are claiming they are. So anyways, long story short is this is going back because of the damage. And again, I definitely think you guys should do that if you ever get that kind of problem. So again, I got this one again now, super excited, right? Paid a pretty penny for this, but I'm scared to death because my guess is that it's gonna be trash when I pull it out and look at it. And it sucks because it's like, you know, like how do you know anymore what's good and what's bad when you're buying things online? Because I really don't, it's hard to like even trust people when you know everyone's just, you know, kind of trying to get one over on you. But you know what, I applaud eBay for the protection that they give their buyers, but that is with the caveat of don't abuse it and don't be a jerk and return things because the player sucks or something. All right, another Michael Jordan. Geez, I went on a spree on these things. So this one looks a little bit off-centered, so probably won't gem, but you know, it's not bad. Could get a 9, which I'm totally cool with. I'm always cool with 9s. I think 9s are what we shall expect, and then be happy if we get a 10. So I'll take a look at this one. Okay. Oh, this one feels questionable. There's nothing really firm inside of it, which scares me. And so of course it's, I don't know. Is this even a card? That's from France. Oh geez. See, this is, you guys, this is what happens. I've been talking about this on a few episodes now. Like, this is what happens when you order things from international. There's a good, oh my god, what is in here? I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know where to cut because there's no like indicator in here of where this thing is. Oh, it's in this. Okay, well at least it's in a. All right, well at least it's in a card saver, which is better than nothing. But I mean, card savers are flimsy, you know. I mean, these aren't. If someone just like mashed that against the wall or something, this thing would have been toast. But anyways, just a, you know, kind of a cheap pickup here. This is Jude Bellingham. I know Rafael Guerrero is on the other side, but Jude Bellingham is the one that everyone's after. Just picked it up, just you know, just kind of with the eye to the future. I think Jude might have a pretty good opportunity to do some things in his career, so grab this. Just, you know, cheap, future watching, speculating, prospecting, whatever you want to call it. All right. Okay. Another international. Sorry, this one's got addresses on the front and back, so this one's from France also. Wow, yeah, a lot of stuff coming from France. It's an international game now. It's not just buying and trading with your buddies in the U.S. You know, I think pretty much everything I get that's international soccer, though. I don't really get too much other stuff internationally. Sometimes I get some stuff from Japan. Depends. Sometimes, mostly it's soccer, but sometimes basketball. Okay, let's just do this. FIFA, that gives it away. All right, let's talk about him. All right, let's just do this. No? Okay. Well, let's do this. There we go. Oh, good job. Top loader. Taped it to the thing. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Cool. So another soccer sticker. So this is, of course, Mr. Good-looking David Beckham. He's definitely a lot better looking. And same thing with Ronaldo. He got like better looking as he got older. Ronaldo looked kind of goofy when he was young, especially if you see his like older stickers. This one's not like the most old, but he just looks kind of like goofy. I don't know. Definitely, you could tell, like, you know, when he's like 4 or 5 years into his career, he starts, you know, looking like the Ronaldo that's, you know, the super, you know, man of whatever, most best looking man in the world. This is a World Cup sticker from 2002. So this is the World Cup in Japan or Korea, one of the two. It says Korea, Japan, which I don't know. Sorry, I'm lacking my World Cup knowledge. So 2002 was his. You know, it's hard because World Cups are weird, right? So World Cups are every 4 years, obviously. We all know that. But with Beckham, so he was a rookie technically in 96, but more like 97. But if that was the case, right, his first World Cup would have been 98, right? Because that was the one before this one. But for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure he played in it, but I could not find a sticker for 98 World Cup for David Beckham. Which, if you understand the soccer market, the first World Cup card of any player is it's up there, right? It's probably the second most expensive card besides their, or sticker, I should say, besides their, you know, like actual rookie sticker or, you know, their first year sticker. So like this is an example of Messi, his first World Cup sticker, which is 2006. So this is the Germany one. So this is 2002. So this is, you know, before this one. But Messi was a rookie in 2004-05 season. So technically, you know, 2006 makes sense, right? His first World Cup was a year or two after he started. Whereas Beckham started 97, and if he didn't have a 98 sticker, then this would be his first World Cup sticker. So I did as much research as I could to try to find a 98 World Cup sticker of Beckham. I could not find anything. So I'm assuming this is his first World Cup sticker, even though this may not have been his first World Cup. Does that make sense? Anyways, to be continued. If anyone knows definitively if he has a 98 World Cup sticker, please share. I would love to get that information and love to get that sticker. So I will be excited to see that in the comments. Okay, one more overseas from the UK. Yes, this is a very international mail day today, guys. We are in the international market now. You know what's interesting too, you think about is like, imagine when Panini opens up a lot more products in the UK. You got the reason why stickers are, you know, what they are is because that is primarily what they had access to in Europe, and you know, it was also, you know, very part of their culture was, you know, stickers and putting in them binders, and you know, that was kind of the whole game out there for a long time. And then cards came along, and people, you know, I think at first were kind of like, cards, whatever, it's an American thing, right? But you know, now cards have obviously started getting more popular, and they're starting to get a lot more traction out there, and slowly but surely they're starting to do like releases in Europe so they can get their hands on cards. But just imagine in a couple years when Panini continues to expand that and get more and more cards into Europe, and then the big kicker is going to be once PSA opens up grading offices over there, so they don't have to, like, you know, excuse me, go through all the trouble of shipping cards, you know, back and forth to the US, and all the expenses that are incurred and time it takes and everything. I mean, I think the Europe market is going to be massive. Like, I think it's going to be astronomical. Same thing could be said for Asia too, China, Japan, and other areas. But I just think that we're really kind of scratching the surface right now in the sports card hobby, because, you know, it really is a very American or North American. Canada gets down, but, you know, it's a very sort of, you know, North American sort of market and hobby. You know, everything is centralized here, right? All the big sort of like companies that are doing stuff for it, you know, PSA, BGS, blah blah blah, all the grading companies are here. All of the like kind of consignment companies are here, you know, PWCC, Golden, all those guys, right? I mean, everyone's here. So it's like, imagine when these things start going more international, what that could do to the card market, and just now becomes a more global sort of hobby versus it being, 80% America and then 20%, kind of scattered amongst other regions, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm just hypothesizing. All right, it's back to the business. So this is a Merlin Premier Gold 98 card, sticker for Beckham. So this is his technically second year. Again, there is a 96 Merlin that is a very highly sought after card, but a lot of people don't really recognize it as a true, I don't know. Again, it's one of those weird things where like, well, he wasn't really playing, blah, blah. So is this his rookie or is 97 his rookie, blah, blah. So anyways, I don't really care. Anything early David Beckham, I'm a fan of. So grab this, fairly cheap. So I think it was a nice pickup for what I got it for. And it looks to be in pretty decent condition. A couple little edge nicks, but nothing. And these are hard because look at that back. I mean, it's like full color, dark purple all the way around, black up here. I mean, it's like a little bit of whitening right there, but I mean, pretty minimal. I mean, the rest of the corners look pretty sharp. Yeah, I can see this getting like an 8 or a 9. I think that's a pretty solid grade for a 1998 card. So anyways, pretty cool David Beckham Merlin Gold. All right, let's start with this box I got here. I think this is from an auction house called Pristine Auctions. First time actually using these guys, but I was just kind of browsing around and saw they had some auctions ending, and I was just kind of like, I wasn't really had anything like particular I was looking for. I was just, just kind of seeing what was out there. Some little giveaway they're doing, but anyways, I saw this and it interested me because it's I don't know, I'm kind of getting more into little like sets and obviously boxes from back in the day, and this is from 86 Topps. So this is the traded series. So if you know this set, this has two pretty iconic cards in it, which is the Bo Jackson traded and then the Barry Bonds traded, which are both considered rookie cards. But what's great about this is that this is still, it is BBCE certified. So that is the Baseball Card Exchange. Basically, they're a company that more or less, if you have a sealed box or case of cards, you can or factory set, you can send it to them and they can certify it and basically say like, yeah, this is legit, and this is something that's that is hasn't been tampered with or whatever. So basically it gives the box or the case or the factory set more value, quite a bit more value. I've seen things 30-40% more expensive if it's BBCE certified versus it just being just regular without certification. So anyways, so I decided to grab this. It was fairly cheap. I think it was around $40-50, which is interesting because those cards, the Barry Bonds and the Bo Jackson, I'll try to find some examples and put them on the screen here, but let's just say they come out of here and I don't know, best case scenario, they're 9s. I'll kind of put some examples of what 9s sell for, but it's a really cool set. It's an iconic set, definitely. The look of the 86 Topps is really classic. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be a nice little investment for the future. Just kind of hold on to, see what happens. Not gonna crack that or anything. Okay, let's get into some more classic mail day. Bubble mailers from all over the world. Okay. We'll give this guy a little love. Evolution Sports Marketing. Thank you for your order. You're welcome. Very cool. Sorry, the other side has my address all over it, so I'm just opening this off the old camera here. All right, so got a nice Jared Kelenic Bowman First Chrome Refractor. So I've obviously been collecting Kelenic because he's a Seattle Mariner. But he's got a interesting personality that I've found could be either a positive or a negative for him as the time wears on. But he's definitely very outspoken and kind of has a lot of personality, which I don't mind personally. I think baseball needs more personality. It's like you got a couple guys out there, but it's like it just doesn't feel like it did like in the 80s and 90s when you had some really big personalities in baseball, which I think was kind of the golden years of modern-ish baseball. Not talking like 50s and 60s, but I'm talking about like the time era that I was sort of around for. I think it's pretty interesting that it's so kind of quiet now, and it's not as brash as it once was. But anyways, Kelenic is interesting play. I don't know if he's going to actually get any start time this year, but his cards are still selling for just crazy prices. So anytime I can see these refractors for under like 60, 70, 80 bucks or in that range, I try to grab them up, because again, these graded right now are even going for quite a pretty penny. So gonna keep picking these up if they're cheap. I'm not gonna overpay, but definitely keep an eye out for good deals. That's kind of how I do it too. And just talking in general, it's like there's always like this talk about the off season, when to buy, what's the best time to buy, when prices dip and all that stuff. And as time has gone by, at least over the last year, it doesn't really feel like there's much of an off season anymore. So most people are just kind of just buying stuff whenever they want. And so I think a little bit of that's gone to the wayside, and now it's kind of just like go for it. It's like just buy whatever whenever, as long as it's a good deal. And that's kind of how I look at it too. Even if it's like around like NBA Finals or Super Bowl or whatever, and people are like, oh, don't buy football during the Super Bowl. But like, who's to say don't buy something if it's a good deal? Who cares what time of the year it is? If it's a good deal, it's a good deal. So all right, so this David Beckham, this is a Premier League 98 sticker. So this is his second year in the England kit there. So again, I just pick up these early year GOAT stuff. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, doesn't matter. Whoever it is, if it's early in their career or, a sought-after card of theirs, I try to scoop it up. But Merlin 98, so this was, it's an interesting card. I'm actually trying to find a sticker, I'm trying to find a 98 World Cup sticker of David Beckham, but I don't know if one exists. I've looked and I've tried to research and I've looked around, and there's some 98 stickers of him like this, but I haven't found a World Cup sticker, which is interesting because there was a 98 World Cup. And I think Beckham played in it because I read stuff about him playing for England, but I didn't see anything. Like, I looked everywhere. The closest thing I could find is the 2002, which is the following year, or sorry, not year, following World Cup, which is this sticker. But I can't find anything for 98 World Cup. And I'm not looking for just like any general sticker. I'm looking for the actual, FIFA World Cup, sticker, the one that everyone wants to get for their favorite player. So anyway, still on the hunt for that, but hopefully that will show up soon. So that last one there was actually from Calm Sea. It's kind of weird why they sent me just that one, because there's a bunch of cards they're supposed to be shipping to me, so I wonder why that were all like kind of part of the same package. I don't really know why they sent me just one of them. Usually they send them all together, Okay, let's try and get this thing open. It's one of those weird fold over deals. Let's see if I can just take the tape apart here. Of course it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright. Okay, fine. We're going in with the scissors. Success. Feels like a slab in here because it is thick. Oh boy. More tape, more tape. There we go. Oh, cool. Okay. Very nice. So, got this for a fairly good price. So I have the purple hollow already, but this is the purple shock. And if any of you guys know anything about shocks, they're hard to get good grades on. have a Luka shock over at PSA right now, and I'm scared it's going to come back a terrible grade. But this one actually had a really good surface, and the centering is a 10. And again, that's the most important one to me, is the centering. The corners, they say, are 8.5, but I'm going to have to look at it a little bit closer. Because just on first inspections, I don't see why it would be an 8.5. 8.5 to me is mean like one of the corners is a little bit round, but I don't know, man. So anyways, the good news is that if I do want to pop this out and send it to PSA, at least I know the centering and the surface are good, which, optics, you get that chance of dimples and weird stuff on the surface. So feel pretty good about that. This edges, they say, is a 9, but again, edges I'm still fairly like naive about, like what specific. I mean, I get if it's like frayed, if it's all chipped, then I understand edges. But like when it's not one of those two, like what is it that makes it a 9? Unless there's something like noticeable, which I don't see anything. Anyways, so this is like one of those cards where, buy the card, not the grade sort of situations. And I definitely saw this card as a potential to possibly cross over to, a PSA. Even a PSA 9 would be a better case scenario than a BGS 9. So I'll think about it. It's something that I think would be good. But, again, Zion, high on my list of good investments right now. Very low on the cost radar right now, just because I think basketball in general is kind of low. So it's a good time to grab some modern basketball if you guys haven't been already. Especially with everyone getting hurt. LeBron's hurt, AD's hurt, LaMelo's hurt. So I think like the whole basketball market right now is kind of in a little bit of a downturn. It'll pick back up once the play ends and the play offs, start happening again. But for now, it's it's not popping. Okay, I'm gonna just cut this one because this thing is like in here super tight. There's like no airspace. This must be a graded card also because it's pretty thick. Oh my gosh, guys. Another bubble mailer inside of that bubble mailer, which has a bunch of addresses on it too, which is not even my address, which this guy's just recycling. Okay, finally. This card I'm actually pretty stoked to have. I got this, it's on auction for a pretty good deal. I just kind of look at SGC auctions every once in a while to see what's out there because the pricing is usually pretty right. So this is a Chris Godwin. This is the Contenders Optic. This is 2017 rookie Godwin out of 25. I don't know. I just thought for the price I paid for this and the fact that, it's a 9, but, SGC, again, they grade pretty tough, so I bet you this has potential to cross if I wanted to. I don't know if I will yet. It might be, I don't know. I got to look at the centering and the surface and all that good stuff. But the fact is that it's a pretty cool card. And Godwin, obviously, just won a Super Bowl, and he just re-signed for, they put him on the franchise tag, so he's going to be with Tampa for at least another year. So, I don't know. I think this might have a good potential to see a quick pop in, there's your number out of 25. So, I mean, it's super low, short print. I don't know. This could have a good potential to pop before the season, as people start getting excited again. And, especially Tampa, people are like, oh, let's do it. Let's run it back. Which, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they might have a good chance of running it back since they maintained pretty much their core team there. They only lost like a couple very insignificant, I hate to say that because, everyone's significant in some form or fashion. But in terms of like their star power and stuff, they didn't lose very much. So there's a good chance that Tampa might run it back. We'll see though. All right. And then to, this is, it's just the usual stuff you guys have seen 100 times. If you guys haven't seen the video yet on my Fleer Provisions, check it out. It's pretty cool, and it kind of talks about these cards in a little bit more detail, and it shows a little history behind the artist and so on and so forth. But grab just a little batch of Jordans here. I think they both look decent. I don't think either one of them is a 10, probably a 9, best case scenario. But again, for the price, it's worth it. Again, if these even 9, they're probably going for about $100. So of course 10s are going for $300 to $400, and you can still pick these up for, I mean, most of the time you can get them for $5 to $10. Sometimes people price them higher, but if you're patient and you look around, definitely some good deals to be had on those out there. Just make sure you look closely at condition, especially centering, because it's not the easiest. All right, let's pop open this guy here. Feels like something substantial in there, so could be a graded card. Yeah, there it is. This one, like, for whatever reason, got like rerouted back to the sender, but luckily they're in the state I live, so it didn't take too much longer to get back to me. I picked this one up just because, well, 2 reasons. One, I think this guy's got a lot of potential, obviously, along with a lot of other people. But also, it was just a super good deal, and, you know, I just decided why not. I like Status. I talked about this in other videos before. I think it's a kind of an underrated set. I think it definitely has a lot of potential due to a very low pop, and just the look of the cards are super cool. And you know, I've talked in length about that before. But anyways, I saw this, and of course, being a SGC, it was significantly less than what the PSAs were going for. Almost like half, if I remember correctly. I'll have to do a quick comparison here, but again, super value there in the SGC cases. You know, again, this isn't like a parallel or like a short print, but it's still a nice, solid rookie card of Trey. You know, you got the rookie logo, and the Hawks are playing lights out right now, so you never know. They might do some sneaky stuff in the playoffs. But anyways, here's a nice Trae Young Status rookie card. Okay. Let's start with this big boy. That didn't work too good, did it? Pull to open tab. Oh man. Alright, we're just gonna go in. There we go. Wow, this thing is like Fort Knox here. Okay, something graded, so makes sense. Why it's so huge. Whew, okay. All right, this is, gosh, I went crazy on SGC recently. Hey man, the value's there. I am not a guy that likes to spend full price for stuff. I definitely look for the value plays. And like I said many times before, the rumor is SGC grade slightly harder than PSA. So you always got a pretty solid chance of crossing over to a PSA at the same grade. But, you know, maybe sometimes you might get a bump. But in this case, I don't know. These hollows are extraordinarily difficult. So I've purchased so many darn hollows over the last like 6 months that I'm just like, I cannot get one that's in decent shape. I swear to God, raw. Like, so I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and start buying them graded, which this one is. And again, the centering is not perfect, so you know, I totally see why it's a 9. So I would not expect this to be a 10, but I would rather have it be a PSA 9 than an SGC 9. So maybe that's a possibility. But anyways, about the card, Alfonzo Davies. If you don't know, Bayern Munich is a massive soccer club that is one of the best in the world. They won the Champions League last year. They beat my team PSG, and yeah. So anyways, I had this feeling that they might go back, and it sucks because they're actually playing PSG again this upcoming week in whatever round this is. Quarterfinals or something. Anyways, doesn't matter. But they're playing them, and man, I don't know. It's going to be tough for PSG to win. So I'm kind of hedging my bets by grabbing this Davies card, because if they do end up moving forward in the Champions League, I don't think anyone's going to beat them. So I think they might win it again, which would probably make this card jump. So got it for a really good price in an SGC slab. So, you know, I figured, hey, why not? It's a good player to have. Definitely think if they win again, that thing could go really, really high, really fast. So that's my strategy. All right. Okay. Filler. What top set is this? Does not look familiar. I'm always intrigued by what cards people choose as fillers. Oh, it's 2015. Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. More stuff for my junk drawer. All right, so I've been grabbing up a few of these Donruss 2015 because this is the first year of Donruss Soccer, and I don't know. I just thought they're pretty cool cards. They're easy paper cards, nothing too crazy, pretty easy grades. But they do have numbers. They have the press proofs. So I just been grabbing up any Ronaldo and Messi numbered cards from the 2015 Donruss. So this is the silver press proof out of 199. So this is an insert called Pitch King. So you know, I just, again, not expensive, nothing that's going to break the bank, but again, as these guys retire and as their sort of legacies are cemented, you know, I mean, they already are, but, you know, the more they're sort of looked fondly back upon, you know, I think all of their cards, you know, kind of like Jordan, you know, I mean, pretty much any Jordan card now has value because of his legacy. Same thing with Kobe. You know, yeah, of course, there's some that are cheaper, but anything numbered, to me, I'm in it. I am in it. All right, what is this? Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, nice. I like keeping these cardboards too, so I can use them when I mail cards. I'm the ultimate recycler, I'll tell you. Mostly because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy supplies. I'd rather spend that $15 on bubble mailers, spend that on cards. Oh, this guy did a really good job at the packaging. I mean, full on. I hope this card is worth such a beautiful job packaging. He did a bubble mailer inside of a bubble mailer with the hard little spacers there with a top loader inside of a team bag. I mean, this is grade A packaging right here. Good job. Okay. Oh well. It was worth it. It's a solid card there. Sticker, I should say. Sorry, not card. All right, so this is the 2006 World Cup Cristiano Ronaldo sticker. So this is his first World Cup, which, as I mentioned before, is a very important sticker for most soccer players, their first World Cup sticker. So yeah, I just, you know, again, another one that I thought was important to have. Him and Messi, here's the Messi, both have the same first World Cup because they were 1 year apart in their rookie season. So 2003-04, 2004-05. So they both played in 2006 World Cup. So yeah, these are awesome stickers to have. Definitely are shooting up in value right now. I remember when these were like under $20. Now they're north of 100 raw. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta pay for the delay, I guess. All right. Well, that was another busy week. Lots of mail got opened and lots of cool cards landed in my PC. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you still haven't subscribed, if you still haven't pushed that button, go for it. It's great. It won't hurt. All right, my cat's telling me that I gotta go, so I will see you guys on the next one. And until then, have a great week. See you next Monday. Peace.